Your melatonin levels are being shaped right now, in the middle of the afternoon, hours before you'll feel the first pull toward sleep. Most people think of melatonin as an evening problem. You hear about blue light from screens, about not scrolling before bed, about dimming your lights at 8 p.m. That's all real. But the conversation almost always starts at the wrong end of the day. What happens to your melatonin at night is largely determined by what light tells your brain during the hours you'd least expect it, the quiet stretch of the afternoon. Your body isn't waiting for the sun to set to start making decisions. It's gathering information all day, and the afternoon window is one of the most consequential inputs it receives. Here's the first piece of that. Deep inside your retinas, tucked among the rods and cones, there's a third type of light-sensitive cell most people have never heard of, intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells, or iPRGCs. These cells contain a photopigment called melanopsin, which is especially sensitive to short-wavelength blue light at around 480 nanometers. Unlike rods and cones, which are telling your brain what things look like, iPRGCs are sending a different message entirely. They're telling your brain what time it is. They connect directly to the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the SCN, the brain's master clock, sitting in the hypothalamus just above where the optic nerves cross. When afternoon light hits those cells, the signal travels down the retinohypothalamic tract to the SCN, which then sends instructions through a long chain, through the paraventricular nucleus, down the spinal cord, up through the superior cervical ganglion, and finally to the pineal gland, telling it to hold off on melatonin production. This isn't passive. It's an active hormonal break, and it runs all afternoon. The second thing afternoon light does is less obvious. Sleep researchers have found that people who receive bright light during the afternoon, the kind of light you'd get standing outside under an overcast sky, show a steeper, more robust rise in melatonin once darkness falls, compared to people who spent their afternoon in dim indoor conditions. A typical office or home lit by overhead fluorescence delivers somewhere between 150 and 300 lux. That's enough to keep you functional, but it sends an ambiguous signal to your circadian system, not bright enough to be a clear daytime marker, not dark enough to signal night. The SCN appears to use the brightness of your afternoon as a reference point. A strong daytime signal makes the contrast with evening darkness legible. It's like tuning an instrument before the performance. The sharper the day, the cleaner the transition into night. The third effect is what happens when this afternoon signal is consistently missing. In people who spend most of their waking hours indoors under low light, the dim light melatonin onset, called DLMO, tends to drift significantly later. DLMO is the moment when melatonin first starts rising in dim conditions, and it's one of the most reliable markers of where your internal clock actually sits. Studies have shown this drift reaching 90 minutes or more in people with low outdoor light exposure compared to those who get regular natural light throughout the day. A DLMO that shifts from 10 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. means your biology is preparing for sleep far later than your schedule requires. You might get into bed at 11, but your body is still waiting for a signal it never quite received. So here's something concrete you can do this week. Sometime between 1 and 4 in the afternoon, step outside for 10 or 15 minutes. Not to exercise, not to accomplish anything. Just to be in natural light. Even a heavily overcast sky produces over 10,000 lux, roughly 10 times what a well-lit room delivers. Your iPRGCs don't need you to look at the sun, they just need enough photons to send a clear signal. 10 minutes is enough. You're not fixing your sleep from the outside in. You're giving your brain the information it needs to fix it from the inside. The body has been reading afternoon light for a very long time, far longer than it's been reading alarm clocks or phone screens. It still knows what to do with it. You just have to be somewhere it can reach you.